Hello, today, October 19th, 2021. All the trees planted in this area started to change the colors. So I decided to take pretty much like a tree videos in this area here and see how much I can identify some of those. Okay, so now it's kind of difficult to see. This is a honey locust tree, like a little tree, but it's distinct honey locust here. And this is also honey locust. And beyond the right-hand side, I would say that is the ash tree, probably. This is honey locust tree. It's usually it changes the color to like a pure yellow, but it's a little bit too early to see that, and it's just about started to change the colors. And if you come around this area, there's this interesting berries, the red berries hanging on this particular one. And so I think this is the Cretaceous hawthorn. I think it's a hawthorn. I have to come up close by to see if I can shoot this to the close proximity and see if it's indeed hawthorns. And I would not, this is a Cattonia aster. It's red berries. This is the hawthorn, really hawthorns here. It's berries, orange, red. Leaves are typical of hawthorns. It's beautiful trees, and it's kind of ornamental. It's very, very nice. I think the flower is also very nice. I think flowers are white flowers, like a cherry blossom. Like this is mock orange. I think the shrub is tremendously trimmed, but it's mock orange, and in the springtime the flower comes up. This is oak tree, and I couldn't venture what varieties of this oak, but probably gamble oak. But there's lots of different oak, cultivated oak trees as well as native oak trees, and I cannot tell. This is another oak tree. Yeah, I could tell like red oak and white oak and stuff, but not yet more detail. This looks like, it's goes so fast, I cannot tell. I think it is a crab apple, I think. Yeah. This is the Japanese lilac. Very, very conspicuous, this seed head poking out in the spring. Flowers like a yellowish white flowers comes up. Kind of nice, but it's not like a lilac tree. The Western lilac tree, Japanese lilac tree is kind of a subdued white flowers, but I think it's as a tree, it's very valued as ornamental trees here, and you can see around this area, you can see lots of them planted here. Japanese lilac. And I think among the Japanese lilac, I think there's a variety. This is a little bit smaller pod, but there's also Japanese lilac here. This is a maple, of course, and I'm not sure this particular variety is. And as you can go over there, that is probably ash tree. And this is honey locust. Yes, honey locust tree. And this is, I think, oak tree. And again, like a very impressive statue of this oak tree, and very nice shape. And the leaves, looks like a jumbo oak, but I have no idea what the variety is. But this is oak tree, and yeah, it is kind of interesting to see that why the people value some of the trees, because it's beautiful and it's magnificent when it's planted. This is another oak tree, a little bit different from that one, but yeah, I could see the value of the oak tree as ornamental. Very nice. I think this is basswood, American basswood, linden, American linden type of thing. But again, I'm not sure what the varieties of this linden is. But as you can see, the telltale signs of linden, seed pod hanging, and that's also we can tell. This is I'm not sure. This is a budding bush, I think. Yeah, it's changing the colors now. This is probably apple tree. Yeah, crab apple. When you plant the trees in the neighborhood, I think mostly the varieties are very limited, but it all comes from all over the place. That means it comes from East US, or maybe internationally imported, and so there's not many varieties that you can find. So when you get to know some of the trees, varieties, the species, you kind of tell what they are. The ash tree, oak tree, maple trees, those are easy to identify. However, varieties, tremendous varieties there. So for that, it's very, very difficult to tell the varieties. This is the ash tree, and I would say this is a green ash, but I'm not sure. But it's a beautiful, beautiful trees, and I really fell in love with ash tree. In the US, fall colors are magnificent. I love that tree colors. Leaves changing to yellow and red. Again, there's lots of varieties. And this is a maple. And I think I would say this is a Norway maple, but if it's not, somewhere got big, big leaves. But I'm not sure what this variety is. I think it's a Norway maples, looks like. This is linden. Yeah, I think so. It's a linden. Yeah, it's a telltale seed pod of linden. Linden also has lots of varieties, and here, this area, there's lots of different sizes and leaves. This is like a crab apple, and you can see this crab apple doesn't have any fruits, but this one has lots of fruits hanging on, and it's beautiful. This is like it's a value for the ornamental for berries, but as you know, these berries drops, it's kind of messy. But as it is now, it's very pretty. This is ash. Almost finished. These particular leaves fell down on the ground. This is, I think, the pear. As you can see, the little pear hanging on, and I'm not sure this is a chandelier, maybe. Yeah, but this I love also pear tree here in the springtime. A beautiful white flower blooms before cherry or the maple the crab apple bloom. The pear trees blooms very nicely. I love this. I think this also changes color very beautifully a little bit later on. Right now it's still green mostly. Yes. Okay, so this is another oak tree. The maple. This is an oak tree. I would say the gamble oak, but I'm not sure. Beautiful trees. This one. Oh, this is linden tree. Leaves are kind of a medium size and almost finished looking. This is ash trees. It is magnificent. Beautiful color. This is maple. Yeah, maple plant in this area is not like sugar maples or anything like that, but it's a kind of the cultivated maple, which has a varieties names, but I don't know. I think they try to plant the beautiful red coloring of this particular maple leaves in the fall. And this is, I'm sure this is silver maple, yes. It's still green mostly. Shaggy looking. Yeah. Also leaves are kind of huge. May not be silver maple. Leaves are huge. Maybe something, some cultivar. This is another maple. This looks like looks like a cherry tree. And this is catalpa. All the seed pod is hanging. It's another catalpa. This is a bush. There is an oak tree. Yeah, but yeah, middle of October, still the leaves of this particular oak tree is still green, and I think that's gonna be much later for them to change the color. This is almost like a red oak type of foliage there, very sharp. Corners. This is ash tree. Beautiful colors. This could be maple. I love the maple called red maple, and that's my favorite fall color. Very red, but I don't see in this area. Uh, so yeah, red maple has a very distinct shape of the leaves. This is a cherry, probably choke cherry type of things. Or sun cherry, a choke cherry, I would say.